barnacles.
Mains out, trim to the wind.
There's a special feeling you get when you step on board the Jackdaw in Assassin's
Trim us
Creed
near the
Black
wind.
Flag. It's that surge of freedom, the smell of salt air, and the roar of the sea shanties. But for over a decade, that feeling was locked behind 2013 technology. Well, not anymore. Today, I'm so excited to be reviewing the game I've been waiting for since the PS5 was first launched, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Now, this is not just a remaster, it's a full-blown resyncing of one of the greatest pirate fantasy games ever made. Now, I will just spoil the ending of the review right now. I'm giving this a perfect 5 out of 5 stars. I've been playing this on the PS5 Pro for the last week and a half, and what Ubisoft have done here, leveraging the Pro's power and PSSR2, is nothing short of a technical masterpiece. If you wanted a reason to own a Pro, this is the killer app you've been looking for. Now let's talk graphics, because that is really the headline here. If you remember the original, it was beautiful for its time, but it suffered from heavy shimmering and flat lighting. Resynced completely overwrites those memories. On the PS5 Pro, the standout feature is of course the implementation of the PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution. Now, because of this upscaling, the image is incredibly sharp, sharper than a native 4K image in many ways. You can see the individual threads in Edward Kenway's robes, the weathered grain on the Jackdaw's deck from meters away. Then we have the ray tracing. Now, Ubisoft have added extended ray tracing across all modes on the Pro. The way the sun glints off the Caribbean water isn't just a texture anymore, it's a real-time simulation. When you're sailing through a storm, the lightning strikes illuminate the waves and the rain-slicked wood of your ship with realistic bounce lighting. The tropical foliage has been overhauled too. We're talking dense, reactive jungles where every leaf shadows the one beneath it. It's the first time Havana has actually felt like a living, breathing city rather than a set from Pirates of the Caribbean films. Now, graphics are nothing without performances, and this is where the PS5 Pro really flexes. Now, on the base PS5, you have to make choices between fidelity and performance, but on the Pro, the line's almost gone. The performance mode on the PS5 Pro runs at a locked buttery smooth 60 frames per second at an upscaled 4K that looks virtually identical to the fidelity mode. I haven't seen a single frame drop even during the most chaotic legendary ship battles, with mortars firing, splinters flying, and more than a dozen NPCs on screen. The real wow factor here was the balanced mode. Now, if you've got a 120Hz display with VRO, the Pro pushes that game into a 40 to 60 FPS range with even higher graphical settings enabled. Now, the input lag is non-existent. Moving Edward through the rooftops of Nassau feels more responsive than any Assassin's Creed game I've ever played, and I am going to include shadows in that one. It makes the parkour feel new again because your inputs are translated to the screen instantly. Beyond the tech, does the game still hold up? Absolutely. Black Flag has always been the black sheep of the series in the best way possible. It's an open world pirate game first and an Assassin's game second. The resynced version hasn't just messed with the core loop. Why fix what isn't broken? But they've really refined it. The naval combat feels heavier thanks to the PS5's DualSense haptic feedback. You feel the thud of the cannons in your palms, the tension in the triggers when you're aiming. It adds a layer of immersion that the PS3 and PS4 versions just simply couldn't achieve. Now, the stealth has had a little bit of a tweak. The AI is a bit more perspective now, taking advantage of the increased draw distance. You can't just hide in a bush and hope for the best, you have to truly plan your approach. And with the near instant loading times, thanks to the SSD, desynchronizing isn't the frustration it used to be. You're back in the action in less than like 3 seconds.
Blackbeard's been at this 8 days already. So it's a good bet someone out there has prepared the medicines, just in case.
Ah, but they're stalling. Thinking up ways to avoid paying it out.
Now we need to talk about the sound. The original score by Brian Tyler is already legendary, but in Resynced it's been remastered for 3D audio. Now if you're playing with a pair of like a Pulse Elite headset or a really good surround system like I was, the spatial awareness is insane. You hear the creak of the hull behind you, the wind whistling through the rigging above, and yes, the shanties are back, they are clearer than ever, and there is nothing, and I mean nothing more therapeutic than sailing towards the sunset while your crew belts out Leave Her Johnny in high definition audio. It's pure atmosphere.
See that, lads? The beast is dead!
Hoist them up!
So, what's missing from this? Well, all of the Abstergo stuff has been ripped from this game. Now, I personally was hoping for a connected Abstergo past to the present. What's going to be the future kind of story? That didn't pan out because, well, that's a whole nother video. But here it does feel a bit odd. I think if you didn't know about it, you wouldn't miss it or understand or probably even care, but having played the original game, I do find myself missing that section, and it doesn't feel like a complete package. So, that aside, what's the final word? Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is the gold standard for how to bring a classic into the modern gaming era. It respects the source material while using the PS5 Pro's hardware to make it look and play like a game that's definitely released in 2026. Now, if you're a fan of the original, this is definitely going to be on your list already. If you've never played Black Flag before, I'm genuinely jealous that this is your first experience. If you want to read about that, make sure you jump onto our website, novastreamnetwork.com, and you can read Chris Sutton's review. It's the first time he's played the game. This game is beautiful, it's performant, and it's quite simply the most fun I've had with my controller all year. I'm giving this a full 5 out of 5 stars. Thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments below, what are you going to do first? What island are you heading for? And if you enjoyed this review, hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into gaming, and I'll see you on the high seas.